Hey guys, Bazzy back here, and today it is time for episode 10 of our Calgary Flames franchise mode here in NHL 24, and today we have a big one. We have finally made it back to the Stanley Cup playoffs here in 2026, and we're going to see if we can make a run of it for ourselves. So just looking at the lines here, if you guys do need a quick refresher, we have a first line of Huberdeau, Zari, and Rantanen, all getting the +5, should play very well. Second line of Laine, who we acquired through this season, Hagens and Coronado. A third line of Peltier, Kadri, and Holla, and Donato, Backlund, and Bukestad on the fourth. Going to the defense, top pairing of Weegar and Anderson, Poirier and Middleton on the second, and Dickinson and Brandstrom on the third. And then, of course, in net, we have our franchise goaltender, Dustin Wolf, at a 91 overall. So that is what we are looking like here, headed into the playoffs. Let's go take a quick look once again at the Seattle Kraken, the team that we will be facing off against here in the first round. So really, their team is alright. They have a lot of, decent-ish players. Beniers hasn't really grown yet. Obviously, right at the 90 is pretty good. McCann 87 is not bad, but they don't really have that real superstar. Even defense, it's a lot of good players, but not great. Obviously, they have Chris Tanev from us. And then going to goaltending, they have Aiden Hill at an 87, and he's always a guy who sims pretty good, so. And injuries, nothing to report at this time. So, only one thing left to do. Let's get the sim going and see if we can go on a run. So, also I did want to note, just like how friend of the channel, Data, does his playoffs, the playoff episode might be a little bit longer if we are knocked out early, but just to avoid spoilers. First period of game 1 is Rantanen, Schwartz, and Dunn. Seattle does take the 2-1 lead. Second period is 4-1 Seattle, Carty and McCann. And then in the third, come on guys, we need a goal here very quick, and 5-1 Seattle. Just not going our way here. Rantanen does get another one for us, followed by Laine. If we can get another goal here in the next 2 to 3 minutes here, get it before the 10-minute mark, nothing. If we can get one here quick, we might still have a chance at a comeback. Come on guys. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, probably going to be enough for us here. And that is a 5-3 loss to the Seattle Kraken in game number 1. Not a great start, but it's one game. Look at our players here. Rantanen had his 2-goal night. Plus minus I want to keep an eye on. Hagens, Dickinson, Peltier -2, Brandstrom. I want to keep an eye on that and just make sure that throughout the series nothing really is getting too out of hand when it comes to that. If we need to make changes, we will. Let's go and answer back here in game number 2, guys. Can't fall down 2-0 here to this Kraken team. Let's split this series in Seattle and grab a win on the road. First period, 2-1 Calgary. Let's go. Huberdeau and Zari, Evans for them. Second period, goal apiece. Rantanen gets one, followed by Shane Wright. Come on, guys. Let's hold this lead here. Power play for Seattle, and Schwartz ties it up, 3-3. Another power play for Seattle, but Backlund gets a shorthanded goal. There we go. Get that lead right back. And Rantanen gets another one, 5-3 for the Flames. Another power play. And Rantanen, is that a hat trick for him now? Pretty sure he got one in the first, so looks like we do have this one here secured. Just sim it, and Laine does add one more for us. So let's go look at these stats here again. 5-point night for Zari. Holy. Rantanen does get his hat trick. Huberdeau has 4 points. Now that's the game we got to be playing. Only 2 minus player, just -1 on the fourth line. That is not too bad. So let's keep up this momentum heading into game number 3 as we go back home to Calgary. Come on, we got the home fans here. Let's take both these games. 2-0 Calgary after 1. Weegar and Bukestad get goals for us. Second period, 5-1. There we go. Anderson gets 2. Hull gets 1. Beniers gets 1 for them. This is a much better couple of games here than that first one. Alexiuk does get 1 back for the Seattle Kraken, but I think 3 goals hopefully will be a little bit too much for them to come back for in this third period. Really out shooting them as well. 37-21 on the shots. 2 minutes, 1 minute, and there we go. We take game number 3, 5-2. So now we have the edge. Come on. We have an... Oh no, and Line goes out with a concussion. That's not great. There goes one of our second line top 6 players. So I guess we kind of got to just put in Trent for now. He didn't have a great season. Again, he's not going to be playing too much. Move Peltier up. 87 on that second line is fine. And then yeah, that looks all good. So let's just move Trent down to the 4th. Bukestad can get up. He has the +1 and also has the decent overall simulation stats. When it comes to defense, I guess nothing really too much to be concerned about at the moment. Does suck losing Line here. Hopefully we can just keep on going, and hopefully he's not out for too long. I didn't see the timeout on the injury. Let's go to game number 4 here. 1-1 after 1, Zari and Evans. After 2, it is 2-2. Hagens and Shane Wright gets 1 on the power play for Seattle. Come on guys, let's win this 3rd. Let's go up 3-1 here at home, and then hopefully finish them off in game number 5 in Seattle. But Matty Beniers does not want that to be the case, as he gives the Kraken back the lead. We need a hero here. 5-on-4 power play goes nowhere. 5 minutes left. Come on guys, we need someone here to step up. Shots are pretty even, but we are out shooting them, and Seattle will hold on. Take game number 4 in Calgary by a score of 3-2. Coronado puts up 2 assists. That's not too bad. Comes to -2 for Middleton. You know, it's like no one's really playing too bad where it's overly concerning, at least early in this series. So I think we're safe to just continue on with the sim. So going back to Seattle here, game number 5, pivotal game right here. Who's going to get the edge? 1-0 here, Kraken. Jared McCann gets 1 past Dustin Wolf. After 2, it's 3-1. Tanev, of course, McCann. Coronado does get 1 back for us. We need a big 3rd period here, and we need to get 1 here quickly. Come on, guys, let's get back on the board. We are out shooting them again quite heavily. More than 10 shots more in our favor. Seattle adds another one, Calvin DeHaan. That probably puts it out of reach for us here. Game number 5. Come on, guys. Yeah, that's gonna do it. So 4-1 finish in game number 5. And now, unfortunately, we do face the potential of elimination. So let's take a minute here. Let's go through all these stats. Let's shake some stuff up. I know nothing's really too bad. Like Rantanen hasn't got a point in 3 games. That's not great. You know, like nothing's overly concerning. Peltier -3 is not great, but I don't know. I think we should be playing a little bit better. I guess they're just getting the better luck in the sim. Like -3 seems to be the worst +/-, which it's not great, but it's not horrible either. Brandstrom Dickinson, ideally it's not great. And Dustin Wolf's numbers, yikes. Maybe he's not a great playoff goalie. I don't know. We gotta keep riding with him though. He's the guy who brought us here, 91 overall. But let's see what we can do with some of these lines here as we head toward a potential elimination game. So the first line, we gotta get Rantanen going. Hasn't done anything recently. Let's just switch Huberdeau and Coronado. Can we get Hagens up there? No. Peltier, let's move him down. He's that -3. Let me switch him with Bukestad or Holla. Just switch it up, get someone going here. And what else can we do here? Backlund, get him up for Kadri. Kadri hasn't had a great playoffs. Yeah, -2. Backlund's done better defensively. Let's take one of these bottom pairing guys off, get Solovyov in there for a game. Throw Brandstrom out, but it gives it the -1. You don't want to scratch Dickinson, but with it being playoffs, it shouldn't affect his growth too much. Just to change something up, get some new bodies in there. Let's scratch him here for a potential game number 6. Gives it a 0, it's better than the -1. And then Wolf and Decor in net. You know, that's kind of going to be what we have to roll with here, unfortunately. Trennan on that 4th line, only, what is that, 7 minutes a night? Yeah, -1. It's not amazing, but it's just, he's not really getting the time on ice as well, so we have to win. We have to win to keep our season alive here. We'll see if the guys want it here. Going back to Calgary here for game number 6. Can we make it a 7-game series? First period, 1-0 Seattle. Eli Tolvanen opens up the scoring. Second period, 2-1 Kraken, Zari, and Beniers. We need a big 3rd period here. We got to tie this here right away, and then hopefully get an 8-game winner shortly after that. Midway through the 3rd period here, out shooting them once again. Fortunately, we only do have 1 goal on the board here. 4 minutes, 3 minutes. power play for Seattle late. What are you guys doing? Tatar, that's going to do it. We ended up getting one Holla, but just not enough. So that empty netter does seal our fate. Ugh, that's heartbreaking enough right there. So just like that, the Seattle Kraken do eliminate us here in our first trip to the playoffs. Right as Laine comes back as well too, of course. So that really does suck. Let's go look at some of our stats here, I guess, quickly. I want to also take a look at Seattle as well, see who performed best for them. Zari put up 8, you know, outside of that I guess we kind of already more or less know what was going on. Beniers put up 8 as well. Like, no one really went off too much for either team, if I'm being honest. Like, it looks very similar for both of us. I really went out for a bit. Aiden Hill, yeah, he put up pretty good numbers. He had, you know, that 1 or 2 games that's not great. That'll boost those up a little bit, but outside of that he was absolutely incredible, especially those last 2 games. So I guess the only thing left to do is let's sim to the draft here. I also do want to actually send out a couple of extensions. We'll maybe take a look at here, maybe what a Laine wants, a Dustin Wolf, some of these guys. Let's actually do that here quick before we get too close to the draft. And we'll get a better idea of what we're looking at here. So Patrick Laine, coming off an $8.7 million cap, it wants 4.6. It's not horrible. I don't know. We'll have to maybe see. It's hard to say. Middleton, -5, 20 points. I think we can do better than him in free agency, so I don't think he'll be coming back. Holla, probably not. Trent, no. Backlund I want to bring back just because he's a long-time Flame. We'll overpay him a little bit just to bring him back in. I'm fine with him being 4th line C. Bukestad, O'Connor, those guys are gone. Like, there's nothing here. Donato, do we need him? I think we can probably just wait till free agency. You can always re-sign him. Some of these younger guys, may as well just give a contract to. It'll save us some time in the re-sign stage. And they just want league min, so we will get a couple of these guys signed. Texier, we don't need him. Greshnikov, definitely give him a couple of years here. Yanni Yermo, may as well bring him back too. Who knows, some of these guys probably won't make the NHL at all, but they're always good for the AHL. Keep that team playing well. Then Parker Bell, yeah, he could be a 4th liner for us in the future. Outside of that, that's probably all for now. Dustin Wolf, what do you want? A 1-year deal at $6,925. It's expensive long term though. I think that's something we're gonna wait and kind of leave for free agency. Maybe we can get him on a longer term deal over the course of the summer. So we'll see everyone here. Backlund accepts. That's awesome. Greshnikov, Nikolaev, Stromgren, Yanni Yermo. Everyone there of our younger players accepting. Tampa Bay Lightning win the cup in this universe as we get closer to the draft. St. Louis Blues move up from 7-1. Carolina moves up from 8-2. Flyers drop a bit. Unfortunately, nothing for us. I'm actually curious if we have a first and where it is. I'm not too sure at the moment. Going to retired players here. Kopitar is the #1 retirement. Kessel right behind him. Corey Perry, Burns. A lot of guys starting to retire here, and it'll only continue on that way the later and later we get into franchise mode. Goaltenders, Brian Elliott's the top goalie, followed by Reimer Stalock. Nothing too crazy for goaltenders this year. But let's continue on here, get everything all set up and left for the NHL draft. So do we have a 1st round pick? That is the question. Go to our draft board here, go to projected picks. So we do, 22nd overall. It's not horrible. I honestly maybe wouldn't mind moving up. We'll have to see. Let's go look at the draft class here, see if there's any medium elites later on. So Gavin McKenna, top pick in this year's draft. Going down here, Scouts actually didn't do a great job, just hired some new ones too. So this is kind of going to be where we're picking somewhere around here. A lot of these guys I know because I had to make them. A lot of just medium top 6, medium top 4s. Shout out to Levi Benson. But nothing too crazy here. Like, yeah. And then it goes down to high top 9s. So it doesn't look like outside of the top created players that the game adds in, there's anyone too crazy. Like maybe these Finnish defensemen. I wouldn't mind maybe grabbing one of those. Laxo, putting up pretty good stats there. Outside of that, I think it's just made up guys. Actually, this Aiden Montoya guy, he would be created by EA, so there's a good chance he would be medium elite. Outside of that, yeah, Thomas, all that stuff. So I'm thinking maybe we'll go up to 9 and get that centerman. I don't know. I'm actually fine with maybe just drafting the Finnish defenseman. It's not the end of the world, but we'll take care of all of that next episode. And like I said earlier, I'm going to add probably 10-15 minutes on just of a more or less blank screen playing music, just to avoid spoilers on the playoff run. If you guys see a shorter episode, you may know that we're just eliminated right away, so it'll probably be closer to 30 minutes, maybe a little bit over that. You guys, if you want to keep watching, it helps the channel. If not, that's totally alright as well. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's episode. I'll see you all in the next video.